Hiya, she's Kate Lavagna.
And she's Kaysha Louvain. And this is Tea for Two.
A shoe and a brew.
And Shauna today. We got Shauna with us. Yay! The issue is that Shauna's arrived and we've basically done the podcast before recording, so now we're like repeating all of our points. Anyway, let's get right into it. Tea.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I've already cheated. I've got a Yorkshire Gold in my cup beer and I just need some milk because I'm correct and accurate and
I
proper.
personally didn't trust Kaysha. See, I said it right. I didn't trust Kaysha to put milk.
It's the first
in
time
first.
Shauna said my name right today.
It's Kaysha. It's just the accent. I can't help it.
Kaysha.
I think it might be accent because you'd spell Kaysha the same as Kaysha. You just say it. You say the A differently.
Yeah,
It's
you just got A.
We're on the valleys, right?
Well, don't I know it?
Are we? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the valleys and you're
So
not. So we're right and you're not.
But whose valley are you in currently?
Crumlin, a
You're in my-
lovely established place where everyone
my
should
valley.
visit.
So make sure you get out alive.
I know.
Yeah,
I walked with my key in my fist.
Yeah, you got
Oh,
to.
we should
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sad thing.
What's saying now? So where are you from?
Pontypridd. Well, Ynysybol.
Oh,
Try and spell that. Spell YNYSYBWL.
yeah, I know a gig there.
Yeah.
Where do you gig in Ynysybol?
Wherever they send me to.
Right,
Don't
that's
ask for
helpful.
names. Don't
Done
know.
the rugby club?
Probably.
The club.
Probably. I honestly, I
Was
couldn't
it?
tell you.
In the club, we all fam.
Fucking hell. Oh!
Oh, you literally just said, don't
I'll
swear.
have to put a thing in the swear jar. Oh, wait, we haven't got one. Anyway, right.
Oh, that's what we were going to do.
Yeah, we were going to do that. It's okay. We'll
I'll
do
be
it
the
on the next
swear jar.
episode.
Have you heard about our swear jar though?
No, I'll take the
is.
kitty to pay me back for all the biscuits I bought.
There you go, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, Shauna
that's fine.
provided us with some of her favourite biscuits. So we've got some bourbons, we've got custard creams. The shortbread ones? They're just called shortbread today.
The shorties.
Shorties.
So there's shortbreads and there's shorties.
And they're different.
Very different.
Right, and there's you've brought a biscuit in today, which I get very excited about, and I always forget exists, called a nice biscuit.
Nice.
It's a niece.
It's a nice biscuit.
I just think they're nice, like.
Well, yeah,
a
but
niece.
I
Potato.
will
Kaysha.
Kaysha.
Louvain, Lavagna. No, I'm joking.
Lasagna.
Hey.
But it's weird because
I'm gonna
you're Lav and she's
No.
Lav.
No, she's Lou.
I'm Lou.
Louvain.
Yeah, you just say Louvain.
Louvain.
So people think that it's an LA.
So how do you say it then?
Louvain.
Louvain. So you say your own name wrong?
Well, no, that's how my family have always said it, even though it's spelled L-O-U.
No. But like, I get it.
That's such a bitchy face.
I
isn't
get it. I get it on a personal level because lots of people think I'm Shauna.
Do they?
Shauna.
But how else do you spell Shauna?
Well, like, I know a Shauna, but she's S-H-O-N-A. I'm S-H-A-U-N-A. So
there's
mine
also
is
Shauna.
Shauna. But like Americans call me Shauna.
Shauna.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Shauna.
Shauna, do you want a custard cream?
Do you know Americans?
A few.
Just say, because you said the Americans called me.
Yeah, but like when I cross paths with Americans,
One
I
very
have one.
for you.
I have one Canadian person that I know.
Oh, yeah.
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 Just
Any
Canadian
chance you can give me
say-
some water? Because
They
you
say
just
Shauna.
Oh, yeah,
completely
sorry.
missed me
Oh,
out.
do you want me to do it?
It's just because I make tea correctly, so I
scared.
keep forgetting.
Oh, it's spinning.
Yeah.
It's like a
Cool.
lazy Susan.
It's like a lazy Susan. It is.
Jesus,
Just watch the
that is really
MacBook and-
heavy.
It is. It's because we
This
didn't.
is a lot of pressure. We gotta fall out. What? Oh my
For
god!
the listeners-
That's just warm milk.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. I'm so glad
Can we
that you're
just-
here.
can we
I'm so
just-
glad you're here.
No, you burnt me. Can I have a spoon, please?
I thought you wanted a
Oh yeah, the
biscuit.
spoon from my expensive cup that you laughed at when I initially
I hope
said.
that gets darker.
It won't. It won't because you put milk in first. and
See,
then
that's
hasn't brewed.
the right colour.
Yeah, of course it is. Oh,
Launcher.
what?
Oh,
what
what?
episode is
What's
it? Give me
going
my
on?
spoon. What episode is it? Episode 8. Is it 8?
No.
7?
No.
9? It's not 9, is it?
Depends on what order I put them all in. So you don't know, do you?
Okay, next episode. Today we're going to be talking about...
Can I drink my tea now?
Yes, this is giving you time to
Yeah.
do that. Clink.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for coming.
I finished my donkey and we'll clink.
Yeah.
You don't. Oh no, I forgot to put sugar in.
Is there? Don't worry now. We got everything.
Would you like to do
need.
ASMR?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
It don't work now because I cleaned the lid.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
actually the first guest to take over the ASMR segment on the pod, and I'm not mad about it.
Absolutely nailed it.
Ready?
Nailed it. Quite
Yeah.
literally. Very
I
good.
don't actually watch those. I don't understand it. It's very
ASMR.
boring. Yeah.
Yeah. You like them, don't you?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
come
got
on.
to wind down.
Do we need to do an
I feel
announcement?
really left out on this podcast so far.
Good.
We've got my tea. Took my spoon off me.
It's actually
I'm just
Kaylin Spoon.
gonna
Thank you.
I'm just gonna sit here.
Do we need to do
Silence.
any announcements, Kaysha?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
You'd like to do it on this one? We do.
Oh yeah.
We are now anyway.
I think it's too late now, no?
Yes.
So we've been actually asked to do our very first call out, which is lovely, for a local Amdram group in the Rhondda Valleys. Kaysha, do you want to take
which
over?
one?
You got the little poster.
I got the little poster.
Oh.
So it is Rhondda Theatre Group,
Yes.
Oh, right.
and they are doing Beauty and the Beast in the Phoenix Theatre in Tonpentra.
Yep.
From Wednesday the 26th to Saturday the 1st of March. So that's the 26th of Feb to March the 1st.
Get
Aw.
tickets. Go
Woohoo.
and support local theatre. Because if you've watched any of our other episodes, you'll know how strongly we feel about local valleys, theatres and gig venues. And they're all shutting down. So get your
Yeah.
tickets. It'd be class. They're brilliant. And it's just nice to go and see people doing it. You know.
And I think they're £12 a ticket.
£12 bargain.
Bargain.
One clap for Kaysha. Excellent.
Oh,
Well done. No,
That was pretty
That was
pretty
good.
good.
I
That's
didn't
pretty
think you were
good.
going to... Yeah, it's because she's been watching, so she knows.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic, guys. My hand-eye coordination is awful. I'm just glad I got it on time.
So how do you manage though when you do like the dance routines with
Great
ABBA?
difficulty.
With great difficulty.
Because I've seen you live and you're pretty tight.
Aye, aye. There it is.
There it
So for our
Inappropriate.
listeners, and our watchers, this is Shauna. I've known Shauna since school. Kaysha.
This is weird. I was thinking this in the car. I was like, we know each other through completely different things.
Yeah.
Like, we know each other from school and then kind of lost touch a bit.
Yeah.
Catholic school.
Until Catholic school, enough said.
AM. Men. What? Amen.
Mary Jesus
AM.
and the little donkey.
AM to P. Yeah.
Mary Jesus and Joseph
Yeah.
and the wee donkey.
Jesus
so-
Christ and all of his disciples.
I think we blasphemed our way through this.
Yeah.
So we knew each other through school and then kind of lost touch and then resurrected our friendship
Why are you going with the Catholic theme? Then we resurrected our friendship. We read the
on
Bible.
Easter Sunday. No,
It was, it was Easter Sunday.
when you
Jesus
came to
rose
my
again,
college.
and we got back in touch.
I know. That's how it was, guys. So we then got friendly during college
Yeah.
and then lost touch a bit when I moved to Spain.
Again, yeah.
You're
And
great
then-
friends then.
Oh, we're class.
And then no, we
Jesus.
we still spoke. We just didn't see each other.
and I
I
was
was in a
drama
different
school and she was
country.
in Spain, so it was like,
Yeah.
how are we gonna?
That's nice. Well,
Yeah, I
We'll
thought you
talk about
said
going to Spain.
space then.
No, Spain.
I was in space.
You might as well have been in Spain.
But-
You never messaged me.
But my relationship with Kaysha is really weird.
It
Like-
is a bit weird.
So
OnlyFans?
it's lockdown. I'm setting the scene.
Come on.
Nobody needs to know about that.
Yeah, let me have a
Especially
break.
Grandma
You two
June.
Carry on.
Come
Grandma
on.
June.
About my feet pics. So it was lockdown. You started putting singing videos up. I had just downloaded TikTok. I was like, oh, I'm not getting on the hype. And then the whole world ended. And then I was like, oh no, I've got nothing to do.
I don't know this
It was just like live, die, repeat when it was the
Yeah.
same day over and over and over again.
Yeah, not a great time.
So great film, by the way. Love Emily Blunt.
Oh, wow.
And then-
Plug friendly there.
I know, yeah.
Tag it.
Plug.
Emily, we love
if
you.
you're out there,
If you need an extra in
Yeah.
your film, I'm available. I
An
was like 20
extra.
quid in a packet of crisps. That's all
Yeah.
I need.
She's cheap.
That's true.
And then you started putting videos up, and my friend Rio tagged me in one of your videos and was like, I've got a friend, Shauna, you should do a duet.
Shauna. She's from Canada. She was.
She wasn't, she's from around here.
I know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Oh my god, you're so funny.
I know, it's hilarious. Carry on.
And then I
But
duetted.
she's gone out with my cousin, Rio.
Is she?
That's how I know Rio.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, actually,
I didn't know the connection.
I knew Rio from school, but there's a big gap. So I think
Oh.
she was in year 7 and I was in year 11. But I knew of her, like.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to Rio.
One clap for Rio. Whoa! Oh my god, that's the best song we've ever done! Flipping it! Oh my god, the drummer in me is just coming alive. Where's the drum?
Just both went like this.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Right.
we
Bring it
lost
back.
that. But
So
he spat that
I
everywhere.
duetted your video, and then we were friends on Facebook from then.
Yeah.
Then we met through Katie Butters,
Yes.
Abernite, and then through
Shout out to
Caitlin again.
Abernite.
Yeah.
I know, and then through Caitlin Lavagna. Shout out for Caitlin Lavagna.
Yeah.
So it was like the world just wanted us to keep meeting
See,
each other.
I thought the way you met was that Toon Media found Abernites and wanted you to do something at
Or
Mellow.
they found Abernites, like they
Well,
founded
yeah, but
Abernites.
technically, yes, that's happened.
Like, yeah, like
But
booked
I...
That's how I
didn't
thought you
realise
met.
Abernites was you
Yeah.
until...
You turned
She
up.
turned up and then I was
Turned up.
like,
Oh, it's you.
whoa.
Because I will say you look completely different in the wig.
I do. Lots of people say I look better as a brunette. But then I look like Caitlin if I look like a brunette, so I think that's
No.
insulting.
I'm just going to be 5 minutes when I go and have a quiet moment to myself.
In a
crying
dark
the corner.
room.
No, I prefer blonde.
Do you?
Yeah.
I prefer me blonde.
But what are you naturally?
Red.
What? Ginger?
I'm like a strawberry blonde.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I
Oh.
wasn't in school. I started having highlights
I was
when I
going
was
to say,
in
I've
school.
never known you as a
Yeah,
ginger.
I hated being
I
ginger.
wouldn't be friends with
Did
you.
you look like a ginger?
Me?
Yeah.
I
Because
always-
you've got
I
the
always thought,
freckles. You're the same as me.
Yeah.
Like, we've got the same skin
We have
tone.
got skin.
I
yeah,
will say, when I
similar skin
first
tone.
I'm wearing a
met you,
fake tan right
I
now,
thought
though.
I
you
thought
were...
you were a bit tan for
I know.
Storm, whatever this is called, Eunice. What are we on? Which
Eunice.
storm are we on?
Is it Eunice?
You.
I don't
It's
know.
a red warning at the moment, right? Outside the studio today, it is Baltic, windy, and rainy.
I felt a bit like Dorothy Gale coming in this morning.
You said that, yeah.
I know,
Basically, you
but I
told all our
dropped that
listeners when
line
we were
and
filming
then...
this.
You've
But we
repeated
weren't
it.
filming at the time,
It's
so I
true.
feel like...
I used a funny joke. She was Dorothy Gale in the Gale arriving.
Yeah, it was good times. But yeah, so it's weird how we know each other.
It is. And can you tell everyone like what you do in your day to day? It's just intriguing because people are gonna be like, "What are you in here?" Apart from being a friend, so you're a
Yeah.
performer.
So I'm a part-time performer now. I don't do it full-time. COVID gave me the ick.
Yeah, I think we've
COVID
talked a little
scared
bit
the
about
hell
stuff
out of
like
me.
that. It was hard.
I went from working like 4 or 5 gigs a week, and that was my full-time job, to nothing. I went and worked in Asda's for 4 weeks.
We've all done those jobs, though.
I worked at one point. I
Yeah,
worked in a
yeah.
pillow factory in COVID. I was like just doing what I could to get by. Like,
Yeah, I didn't.
fair.
She's basically too talented. She's never ever.
Ah, but I was like-
from the age of 16, that's all I've ever been.
I know, but like I was
worked a
living.
normal
But,
job.
okay, so
I had a
hang on.
house. I had a house.
Hang on. So
I
in
needed to pay
COVID-
rent.
In COVID, you did Toon, didn't you? That kept you afloat. Like,
No.
what kept you afloat in COVID? You
Toon-
couldn't gig, could you?
No. What kept me afloat?
Yeah.
Grants. Because I was a
Yeah,
self-employed
funding
musician.
and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also did things with my art.
With your heart.
My art.
Oh, you like to get new.
No, art, as in drawing.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Is she saying of course she did? She didn't fucking know me back then.
No idea. That's the
She,
first time I've ever
she,
heard.
she,
that
she,
she's an artist.
lies straight to my face.
I wasn't lying.
I
I'm
know.
acting. I went, oh yeah. Of
Oh yeah,
course.
yeah, I
She
remember.
actually owns all of that art.
Tell
She
me
bought
after.
it through different names.
Yeah.
She looks
Yeah.
at it before she goes to sleep at night.
But I feel like a lot of people were in the same situation where they just had to do what they had to do. Oh, why are you such a pleb?
Yeah.
Look at how weird that is, though. I've dropped.
She's just
one-
made art.
I've made art when we talk about
Don't
art.
follow your father, do you?
Yeah, over ABBA.
Isn't that weird where that's ended up? Good God.
Yeah.
Right, let's go on to topics then, other than who you are, because that's class. We know now. Oh
Yeah.
no, sorry. So what do you do now?
I said I'm a part-time musician, but I full-time work for a big company.
A big company.
A
Lovely.
big company.
That's exciting. From home?
I do. I work from home.
And how do you find
Nice.
working from home? Some people love it, some
love
people
it.
hate it.
I love it. Like, I found I'm quite a social person, and when I go to the office now, which I've got to do twice a month, I actually get really overstimulated.
It's like too much for you then,
It's
is
like
it?
it gets, yeah, it's just too much. It's just so many people. It's just me and my 2 dogs in the house when I'm working.
Oh my
Because
God,
George
that
is in
sounds
school, Ben's in work. I've got Vampire Diaries on the back in the background. I've just completed the whole series of Vampire Diaries again. I'm on to Grey's Anatomy
I'm
now.
going to do that again. Because of
How many
Twilight,
ti-
I always forget Vampire Diaries came after, but it was like a series and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
How many times have you watched it all the way through?
Vampire Diaries?
Yeah.
All the way through, probably 3 times. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't think I've ever finished it.
Series like
What?
1 to 4, I've probably watched like 6 times. I just never get all the way through.
Have you watched the originals
So, this is my issue, right?
and Legacies?
So, I want to watch the originals and I want to watch Legacies, and I've tried watching both while I'm working, but I need something on that I've already watched, so
So
I
you-
don't get too
So
distracted.
you can work with that in the background.
I have to.
I mean,
I have to. I've got to have music on, but then I just,
You end up
know,
singing, yeah.
I end up singing and I'm doing like
You're
a
grabbing,
little show in
you're
my
grabbing
back.
your
Yeah.
brush and you're up on the
I
dance
can't
on the
do it.
table.
The only
on
way
the
I
dance
can,
floor.
On the dance
on
floor.
the dance floor that I have. in
Yeah.
my living
the only way I can do that is if I listen to a radio and I can't skip, because I'm like, oh, I'm not listening to that song, and then I'll just skip and then I'll be like, this is a bop, and
That's
then I'm
why
like,
TV
what was I
works.
doing?
ABBA tributes, don't you? And ABBA is so famous around the world, you're never going to not be out of work, ever.
Just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Talk to us
I
about
love
Very
that.
much.
So what's the last gig that you did?
So we were in Torquay.
I actually love Torquay. I went there on
Yeah.
Fisherman's Friends.
You
tour.
say
It's
that,
so
it
fun.
was rough as tits.
It is rough as tits.
We
It's
almost
like
got
Barry
mugged.
Island of England, isn't it? No, that's horrible. Barry's great now, but it used to be rough, didn't it,
Yeah.
Barry?
No, we went to the oldest pub in Torquay, which was incredible. It was like literally built in 1415.
Is it really?
It's tiny.
I went in there. I saw your story.
It
and I
was
was like,
so cute, and it's got like Master of the House written all over the walls, and I was like, love that.
and it's right in every.
Yeah.
It's got a proper Englishy pub feel.
Yeah.
Nice, like.
So we were in Torquay, and they like set us up for the night, gave us rooms. We had a room each. Like normally, if the venue gives us a room, we have like 2 single beds, but we had a room each, and I had like a panoramic room of
The seafront.
the seafront.
It's gorgeous.
It was great. So yeah, so sometimes we stay. Sometimes it's a case of, because Katie's got a little one as well, so she's ma'am. She's a ma'am. She's a ma'am
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Have you had, in terms of like being, because you're in an ABBA tribute, and I assume you've got to wear like a costume and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had bad experiences with rougher audiences, or like people who don't treat you maybe with the same respect as like an original artist that they bought a ticket to go and see?
100%.
Yeah, talk to us about that.
So not in the UK. The UK was fine.
Interesting.
When I worked in Spain, but these
Spaniards.
No. They were English holidaymakers.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
So this one time, so not actually in ABBA, both times where I've had an issue was in a Motown show I was doing, and in all fairness, the costumes that we had to wear was literally like a lycra leotard and a bolero,
Did a man
like a
choose
crop
that?
bolero. No,
The women actually chose to do.
but I didn't. It was just like the
Is your
costumes
work
were just
uniform?
changed to fit each person who came each year.
Wow.
So, and then
You didn't need your flaps out to sing Motown, do you?
no, and like it's not even Motown. Like that was in the 50s and the 60s. Like, what are you
What's
doing?
that this for?
Just the word
But
flap. Really, it's
great,
almost the word
It's an egg.
flaps.
It's
is
like
almost-
moist.
Is it
moist.
Is it better than beef
I was
curtains?
just gonna say.
That almost
Honestly,
came
the
out
word-
my nose.
You just said it. You've just said it. The word flaps for me is a step above moist, and moist is
Moist.
bad enough.
But I don't get
Oh.
people staying with moist.
It's actually giving me like I can't.
She got the ick. Oh my god, she is actually like a
No, like I
hair stood
can't.
up.
Like it's hanging,
That's
I know,
hysterical.
I know.
hanging without a hair.
They're only,
Hang on.
Carry on.
when
Um,
you're pissing me off now, I'm just gonna go moist.
Moist.
Hey Caitlin, I bought you some flapjacks. I'd be like. Anyway, carry on.
Moving on swiftly.
Yeah. Hashtag
So my
movie.
flaps weren't out. Let's just get that out.
Just to clarify.
Okay.
So we'd have like the
Like a dance
fishnet
leotard.
tights.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
like fishnet tights. Which, to be fair, if you get a good one, like
They cover a lot.
There's very full coverage. Like you can't see anything. So we wear those, but we only used to wear the leotards. We had one for the four tops bit, because we did like medleys, one for Four Tops and then another one for like Smokey Robinson and yeah.
What's that song I love? It's Tracks of My Tears.
That was mine.
Oh my god, when
Love that one.
Anton when a Tune Media, one clap for Tune Media. We're doing very well
that
with
was silent.
It was.
It was
That was
silent.
class.
She went.
Cheating.
She's scared of the class.
She did. Aren't we all? What was I saying? Anton sang that for an X Factor audition. And I remembered it because it's the first time I properly delved into, like, what is that song all these X Factor people are singing?
Who's
like,
Anton?
Anton was just one of the older contestants. Turns out he ends up in Fisherman's Friends the musical, and before I entered into that commercial tour, he just left. So then one of my friends from that tour, Fia, is like BFFs with him now. So hi Anton, I'm going to tag you in this. I'd love to meet you one day.
It is an absolute
I
bop.
bet it's online, isn't it? That version?
It's that his honestly, some X Factor, because I used to watch the X Factor and actually like enjoy it before I realised it was all ridiculous.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
The one thing I do enjoy watching sometimes, especially with the voice and stuff, is just typing in like the voice or best auditions or best blind auditions, and I just like seeing people's like versions of really well-known songs and what they do with them differently, and his is just stuck in my head as like a brilliant
Do you know
audition.
one of my favourite ones from The Voice is Melanie Martinez's version of Toxic by Britney Spears. That's like the most different, like a contrastual different. Listen to it. Honestly, it's really good.
I'll look. I'm so sorry, I've gone off topic. This happens quite
It's
often.
okay, it's typically you.
I know.
It's typically Caitlin Lavagna.
So you've had what was the bad experience?
So, said costume.
Yeah.
So, we had this English guy who was in this venue with his family.
Yeah.
And was filming. And then, but there's like one bit where like each of us goes out into the audience and sings like as interactive. And I went behind him. Oh, did I see it or did someone else tell me? And they were like, oh, he's filming you. And we were like, yeah, that's fine. He was like, nobody zoomed in on your crotches.
And he was with his family?
He was with his family.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it's
And
exhausting.
then, so for the...
him and his missus looked at that night.
I know, Graham.
Oh, look at that.
And we were like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We told the venue and they didn't do anything about it. So we were like, well...
We're not going
nothing
Again,
we can do.
venue...
So, and then the other time... was actually in one of the dresses for the Motown show, and I walked past someone and he just stuck his hand up my skirt and
having
cut
a
me.
laugh. Fuck.
Cut me, and
That's fair enough, I give you that one.
like literally just like didn't sob but just cried while I was on stage and just sang, just carried on, and then by the mid of the show I was fine, just kept going, but I couldn't do anything.
Well, you can't. That's the problem, though.
I turned around and
You
smacked
can't.
him in the face.
You can't.
Because some venues you have to walk through the audience
and
to
that's
get
fun.
onto the
And
stage.
that's like
So we're like
doing a really cool
doing
thing.
our choreography, getting on the stage, and he just straight up.
Oh my God, it's not Magic Mike sorted out. Do you know what I mean?
And
even then, it's not fine.
This one time, someone came up to me.
It's not. It's man. It's not. It's,
It's
not
not.
fine.
It's not
I
fine.
know. I want. If it was a woman, I'd be filming.
Yeah. It's just the point that another human being with a pulse who breathes
I know,
has put his fucking hand up
it's
his
awful.
skirt.
Yeah, without permission.
Horrible.
And then
Well, I'm
this,
sorry about that.
this one isn't like as bad, but this guy came up to me once after a show, and we'd done like 80 minutes of sweating. It is in Mallorcan heat, mid-June. It's like 20 degrees
You're in
at
your
like
fishnets.
at like 9
The
o'clock at
flaps are
night.
sweating.
I've got underwear on. And you have to start that show with 6 costumes on.
Oh,
Because
it's like
you
panto
take
because you
off.
Yeah.
because your
you're
costumes
off.
are so quick. Sometimes you're like, I'm gonna have to wear 3 pairs of tights to begin
Yeah.
the show because there's
Yeah.
no way I'm gonna. It's bad. Isn't it?
100%. So I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm coming off stage now. We've got change. We're just taking the set down. And this guy comes up to me and he goes, can I have a word a sec? And I was thinking, I don't know, he's asking for like our card or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, can I buy your tights?
Oh, right.
And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, can I buy your tights? Oh, Caitlin.
I'm so sorry. I just put that everywhere.
Can I buy your tights? And I was like, what? And he was like, I'll literally give you €50 for your tights.
I mean, actually, I probably would have gone for whatever.
She
But-
sold them.
I
20
gotta
quid.
be honest.
Good luck.
I-
Have a lovely time. I'll have you 50. Transfer. We'll ping it over.
Are we talking euros or
Yeah.
pounds?
I did like, just confirm. Because I'd rather pounds.
If it's
'cause more.
pounds, yeah.
Yeah.
But with Mallorca, so I used to get all of my dance tights and stuff from Dance Direct, and they didn't deliver to Mallorca because it was a Balearic island out of the way.
Fair enough.
So I was like, I said to him, I was like, I'm sorry, I've only got 2 pairs of tights. Like,
can we just pause?
I would have done
The
it.
fact that you were so polite and went, oh, thing is, I'm sorry, I can't actually get another pair. Like, that's not the reason for you to say it. You could have just been like, absolutely not. Off.
But, right, I thought it was like, I was like, oh, I'll use that as my excuse, but I felt really uncomfortable doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit? You go into, you actually go into polite mode.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, sorry, no.
Yeah. And then we went back to the villas, and I used to live with 3 drag queens.
Class.
Loved that.
Oh, I bet that's the best time ever.
Yeah, they lived next door.
Amazing.
And I told them, and they were like, babe, that's literally like, we gather like twice a show. Because men, for some reason, have got things, like certain people prefer drag queens because they see it as like a fantasy. He was like, yeah, I've worn socks for weeks and sold them on, what is it, Grindr or whatever.
We did talk really, not in loads of depth, but we probably should at some point, about Kate Nash selling pictures of her behind in order to fund her music now. So, like, I kind of like, I actually wouldn't judge you.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I know.
I've never done it
actually judge
personally,
you.
but
No.
like those boys, and if they watch this, they'll know who they are. Hi. They had to do what they had to do.
Yeah. I don't.
But
Like, how much are a pair of tights?
well, he offered me, I think it was like €50.
But how much would it have cost you to buy a new pair?
20. So I would have made a profit, like. It just would have been really inconvenient because my mother, I'd have to
And
order
we are
them to my
next-
mother's
I was
house and then
saying,
she'd have to send them over to me.
Next time you go, just take
Extra tights,
extra pairs.
100%.
You know, if you sell to us, €100.
Yeah, because how
Serious
much do we make
question.
per show?
Oh, it was shocking.
Yeah. I did come
But,
to America. It was under
like,
50 pence an hour. I worked
We
it out.
did, in all fairness, we would only work like you'd get to a venue. So you disgusting.
So sorry. A piece of bourbon just shot across the table. I don't know where
I think it landed on the
It's
biscuit.
probably on a biscuit that someone's
I'm
going to
so
put in their
sorry.
mouth now.
Oh no, she's got to eat the whole pack though.
Oh yeah, of course I will.
So we'd like, our accommodation was paid for. The car was paid for. The diesel or the petrol was paid for.
Yeah, covered.
So it was only to like live, but it was a very expensive lifestyle. Like everything was, any English food that you wanted was double in price because it was
tourist trap.
yeah.
Yeah. You're on the front, and you're
Yeah.
in the.
So I lived in Alcudia in Mallorca, right on the front, on the beach front. Like literally, there was one hotel in front between me and the beach. But yeah, when I first got there, it was €50 a night. But we'd do like a 70-minute show, and then the rest of the time you were on holiday.
I've heard.
So
this
you've
from
got
other
to
people I know
go
about
for like, I would say if it's someone that's watching this that wants to do it, I would save a bit and
then do it.
take a bit of
And have
money
it as
with
like
you.
a working holiday.
Yeah.
almost,
Basically, you don't earn any money from it. It's just an experience.
Well, you can, because some of the girls that I worked with, that was their only income, and they'd come from contract to contract, and they didn't have anything in the UK, like any outgoings. Whereas I had a house that I was
Different. Yeah.
I was paying for,
Yeah.
so I sublet my house, and then that didn't work out, and then it was just a nightmare, and I ended up having to sell my horse in the end because I was like paying someone else to look after my horse while I was in a
That is
different
actually
country.
I would have sold my house over my horse.
But it wasn't my house, I was renting it, so I like
Oh.
subletted
I
it.
definitely would have sold the horse over the house just to let
Yeah,
everyone
you
know.
would have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Heartless bitch.
Yeah.
I know she doesn't even like dogs. She's weird.
No, I'm coming round to dogs.
I have
now.
the cutest dog.
I
And
got
she's
to
like,
talk to you about dogs. I've got a new.
She's got 2 dogs now.
I haven't got 2 dogs. I got 3.
she's adopted.
I got a big bitch and 2 actual bitches. No, I'm joking. Talking about bitches, chaperone. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I love chaperone.
Boss bitch.
Twins.
Want to clap for us? Shauna, not Shauna. What's her name? Kaysha. Kaysha again.
It's Kaysha. No,
What's her name?
You say the
What's her
same.
name?
What's her name again? Oh yeah.
Kaysha.
She's like, we just went to Sainsbury's and talked about your music career, and you don't know her name. Anyway, chaperone. This is probably going to be the last
Chaperone.
topic we talk about, ish, because I think we've probably all got quite a lot to say about it. Kaysha.
Honestly,
Kaysha.
did you realise I don't actually care?
I'm having a moment.
I literally don't care about
You
it.
do, because I called you Kaysha. Hang on, I called you Kaysha when I first came in. You went, excuse me, my name's Kaysha.
I know, but I do it.
Did
just
you
to wind
hear that,
people up.
everyone?
I do it all the time.
Kaysha is actually more of a drama queen than me off the camera, okay? That's not true.
That's a load of bollocks.
So we need to talk about Chaperone,
Yeah.
and I brought into the context of what we're about to talk about Hannah Waddingham, because that's when I remember the first woman in that industry kind of putting her foot down with the presenter. Shall I play the Hannah Waddingham clip? Mm-hmm. And then we can play Chaperone straight away and we can talk about that, basically.
Yeah. I haven't got that, mind.
Yeah, I've got this one here. So for context, Hannah Waddingham tells off a photographer over sexist show leg request. Some people might remember this. I'm just going to double check. I'm pretty sure it was at something like the Brits, or I want to say like BAFTAs or something. Mm-hmm.
She looked great.
That dress. I mean, it was kind of her year. I feel like it was a year where she...
Oh, she bossed it,
like
didn't she?
She was in every award show presenting all of the things,
And she was in Sex Education she was in at the same
yeah,
time.
she was. That's so true. Yeah,
Ted Lasso.
yeah, Ted Lasso.
She did a Christmas special, which was class.
And
Ted
she
Lasso's
was like
the one
singing.
that made it proper famous, right? Or she's probably been famous for years, but that's when I knew about it.
Yeah.
This is Hannah Waddingham on the red carpet, and yeah, that's it. You probably can
Being
hear
a boss.
Slightly hear it. We'll have to be quiet though, because there's lots of faff. So that was really quick, but they're the people like shouting, "Woo, go on, Hannah!" But she says, "Excuse me, you'd never say that to a woman."
Yeah.
And
Don't say "show me your leg."
Yeah, and I think
and don't be a dick.
In the kind of weeks afterwards, I specifically remember that clip blowing up.
Yeah.
I think that must have been last year, maybe start last year,
I'm not sure
even. But that was the first time I've kind of seen stuff in the headlines, big time, about like everyone going, you know, paparazzi shouting these things at specifically women to be like, oh, show us more cleavage for these pictures. I've got my own thoughts about it, but do you want to play the Chaperone?
I won't play it because I haven't got a tidy thing about it. But
okay.
Basically, I just pulled it up now on the BBC.
Yeah.
And she was talking about abuse with singers and actors, like stalking them. Like they said that they were stalking her at the airport, her parents' home. Like, she was like, why are musicians and actors trained to be obedient
to this behaviour from anyone?
I think the common misconception with it is that people think that because she's chosen to take her music career to the next level and she's chosen to be famous, that's part and parcel of what you get, and it's a conversation I've had with other people, and that's the general consensus of what they've said. Whereas she's trying to go against the gender norm, I suppose, because you don't get the same with men.
No,
they probably get shouted at, but not to that degree.
No,
and
it's
like
not sexist.
I think what started this off with Chaperone was she was I think it was the Grammys. And it was her first ever red carpet, and apparently when you go onto the red carpet there's like a spot that you've got to stand on, and she missed the spot. She was too close to the paparazzi, so they were like, get back, and she was like, and they were like, just get back. And then this one guy, excuse my French, was like, oh, just fuck off. And she was like, don't tell me to fuck off.
And she went mad.
Yeah. And she was like, I'm not that bitch.
Yeah.
And then...
Which I don't blame her. Why should... Just because
she was
she's,
like, why are you speaking
just because
to me
she's
like
a
that?
public figure, just because she's in the public eye, why can you shouldn't be spoken to like that. Like, if some randomo came up to me on the street and told me to fuck off, well,
what's your problem?
I'm just going to go back at...
What's your problem?
Yeah, like, pretty much like that.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, I'm sorry.
What have I done? I'm sorry.
The way she goes on to say about it, though, is that she said that if I was okay wearing a muzzle, I'd be more successful. She said I would be still on tour right now.
Yeah.
Because
and what she means by that is, if she didn't bite back at all of the experiences she's had as a very famous person, especially in the last year after her album went kind of crazy, she doesn't mean literally wear a muzzle like Lady Gaga style.
Just like,
she means like if she just accepts it, she'd be more famous. Yeah. I disagree with that.
I think she's blown up
because she's actually gone, this isn't okay. So I think there's
there's different ways to look at it. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
in a public view, yes, she's got bigger because you've got the three of us going, yes, come on.
Yeah.
But then you'll have people behind the scenes going, well, I'm not going to book her for the tour if she doesn't do this, this, and this, and this.
Yeah, because she's
She looks,
effectively
like, she looks
acting
like
up.
hard work.
But she's
doesn't
acting
she?
up.
People
Yeah.
have been calling her a spalt diva.
And I think just to like brush upon the industry in general with that in mind.
Yeah.
Shitting her.
Yeah,
It is
but
awful.
like you're expected to just take so much
Everything.
shit. Like, I don't know about your experience with agents, but some agents are just like, they're hard work. Like, I don't work through agents anymore because they're so dictating, and like, you're like, oh, do you mind if I take a bit of time off to go on holiday? No. You can't go on holidays. I've already got this in mind for you, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, but like, I want to have a life as well.
Yeah, I put my foot down before I speak to the agent.
Yeah, but like,
And I'm like,
I think, but you
there
have
is
to
a way.
learn.
You have to learn
that's
Yeah.
and you have to like create that backbone. But like for someone like her that started in the industry quite young and come from not a family of musicians and not had a lot of experience and had to learn as you go.
No one gives you a
I
handbook,
massively
do they? They don't give
respect
you a
her for
handbook
keeping
to
that.
say, this is what you've got to do. This
Oh my
is what
God,
you've got to do.
yeah.
You've got to
No,
deal
you've
with
got,
it.
you've got to figure it out yourself. And hopefully, on the topic of agents, you have somebody that you sign with who is a nice person and understands that actually you having a life is probably going to make you a better actor or musician.
Yeah,
because
100%.
you're gonna
You've got to
be
have that balance.
calmer, you're going to be more confident,
Yeah.
you're going to have other experiences outside of the industry, which is going to make you healthier when you
You
have
are-
to deal with stuff
You
like
are
that.
the talent.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the one thing people forget.
And they haven't got a
I
job.
wasn't
They haven't got a job without
saying
you.
Caitlin.
I've been waiting years. Years.
But you are the talent. Sometimes people forget that.
Yeah.
They're so like abiding by everyone else that, oh no, you were the talent. They should be bending over backwards to do things for you, not the other way around.
One thing I would say,
She's gonna be diplomatic
no, because
now.
because we can't all
You
be
are- you
agreeing.
are-
That's
Yeah.
boring.
No, yeah, but
So it's
that is your role,
I
isn't it?
completely agree with everything you've all just said.
Yeah,
However, there are artists out there like Chaperone who've come from nothing and would be absolutely desperate to be told to fuck off on a red carpet. Quite
Yeah.
frankly, they would.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's had the balls to turn around and go, "Ooh," and now she's even more famous because she's like ticked all the boxes of Chaperone acts out.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I've like looked at some art stuff around this and I've gone, oh my God, yes, you're famous. Like it's like the royal family. Like people are like, why can't they have it? Why can't they have it? They can't because they're the royal family, and that's just how it is. They're
They've gotta be
lucky. They've
impartial
got
to
money.
everything.
Like, have you seen all this stuff about Meghan and Harry now? It's like how they're gonna afford their lifestyle because they haven't got the support of the
Crown.
the crown. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I think they'd be fine, babe.
Yeah.
But also, yes, they are panicking. She's got a cooking show out on Netflix now, for God's sake.
And book deals.
And book deals.
Oh wow.
Like I'm so
She's
sorry.
suffering.
Yeah,
She's suffering.
I'm so sorry you can't quite afford your mansion in LA. Ooh. What I was saying was, which was what I already said to be fair, like some people would be like, get over yourself. Fame comes with this stuff. We've learnt from people like Robbie Williams. Also, everyone go and see Better Man. It's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant film. I'm still obsessed with it. I haven't stopped thinking about it since
And
I
she's
went to see
actually moved on from calling it the chimp film.
the chimp film.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it called? Better Man. Oh yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, you
Well
got it
done,
right now.
See? But
Plant
like
it.
we've learned from Amy Winehouse, the 27 Club. We know that being in the limelight like that isn't healthy for
How
anyone.
old is
Caroline
Chaperone?
Flack.
20?
I think
Oh,
she's
I
like
don't know.
21, 22. She's really young.
No,
She's-
I didn't. I thought she was older than that because she's been at it for over 10
she's
years.
like older.
She's one of the. She's probably the next favourite to be in that 27 club.
The point I was making is we're very aware as humans on the earth, like humans are not born to be in limelight. Like that's not why we're here. We're here to have like healthy lives, build relationships.
She's
around
26.
us. Yeah, exactly. We've said here first, be careful, Chaperone. You got a year left. Like happy 27th. Hopefully you can sort your mental health out because she's clearly not coping with it. What I would ask the question of is, cool, she's said all these things, she's really famous, yada, yada, yada. My issue is I'm going, who in her family, friends, management, agents, people booking her, regardless of if they're booking her for the right reasons or not, which should just be her music and her performance and none of this other stuff that comes with it, who is not looking out for her and saying, don't do that interview and talk about this. Just have some time off. Have some time off. Even when she announced she was having lots of time off and that she might not release another album for years and years, she had to come out and say that.
Yeah.
Just don't say it. Just disappear.
Adele did
Adele.
it.
I was about to say, Adele's got it down. That's exactly
take a
what she
leaf out of
does.
Adele's book, and she's not the mental health god. She's had her problems.
Yeah, but I
All
bet-
of her
I
albums
bet-
about it. But she has that time to get out of the limelight, have a life. We're talking about having a good agent and like good experiences. She's done all that, and then she goes, I'm in a really good place now where I can reflect on the last 10 years, and here's a lovely album for everyone to listen
I do
to.
get, though, that people have to be in that position to be able to do that. Like, Adele can. She can release an album
Yeah,
and have
'cause it's
6 years
Adele.
off, because it's
Yeah.
Adele. It
Yeah.
sells so well.
I feel like Chapel Roan is in her prime at the moment, and if she kind of left the limelight now and came back in 10 years, you'd be like, oh, I remember her. She was the one that did this or that. And what you were saying about Adele, I bet Adele's agent or management were like, you've got to do a press release and tell people what you're doing, and she probably just went, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. And my argument there would be like, if Chapel Roan can turn around and do an interview and be like, you know, yeah, I said that they shouldn't be treating me like this, and no, she can absolutely, she's famous enough now and has blown up enough this year that she could absolutely tell her agents to, like...
It could also be a stunt, mind. This could also be scripted.
It's conspiracy.
Yeah.
But it could be. They've gone, right, you were going on the BBC.
They could have planted that person to say those things to her.
Yeah.
No,
I
think it's genuine.
I think the interaction with the photographer was genuine. But I think this article could be staged, where they've gone, look, right, you're not releasing any music now, you need to hit a headline. If you come out and say, like, oh, I'm taking
this
a break,
interview that's set up,
or talk about the album that was released last year
Yeah.
or the year before, I think it was ended 23, wasn't it?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, it's
Um,
really been like a few months and she's just gone like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they got, you need to hit this massive headline so everyone talks about it.
Question, you know, because I brought up Hannah Waddingham first. How did Hannah Waddingham basically... I think Chapel Roan's having bad press from this because of how she reacted, because of the aggressiveness of how she reacted. Now, I know that like feminists out there are going to be like, oh, she should be able to swear and stuff. Fine. Hannah Waddingham, in that video clip that I kind of just showed you, does this. Hang on, she says my friend to the guy, which is arguably way more powerful than kicking off. She goes, excuse me, my friend, you wouldn't say that to a guy, would you? Actually. And then she goes, actually, no. And she just walks off. People clapped her. She was still in the news. She's still in the news. But not one person was like, she kicked off
What
and
a
she's aggressive diva.
No.
Not one person. Because she went, excuse me, my friend, I'm not putting up with that. Thank you very much. And he was done with a smile on her face.
But I think you've got to see the age difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say
And
that.
And
age and
actually, Hannah
experience.
Waddingham did say she's had it for years and years, and that's the first time she's gone, do you know what, I'm just not doing this.
And
today."
also, she's like a national treasure, and she, whereas Chapel Roan is relatively new. And I think people
Yeah,
kind of
and
looked at
young.
Chapel Roan and were like, what a silly little girl, you've just ruined your career before it's even started.
Yeah, and arguably, she's got a different look to Hannah Waddingham.
Yeah, and also,
she's already stand out with her wigs and her crazy makeup.
Yeah.
So she's kind of acting like, I don't want to be in the norm. You know, I don't...
Yeah.
I was going to say, and she's gay, queer, whatever she identifies
Yeah, so
as.
there's all those people who are going, oh, another
So
one.
there's
or like
obviously
this box
there's
person, or-
going to be a large majority in America that doesn't like her. So
To be fair to her
Yeah.
though, if you watch the first video that she did at the Grammys, and then there's another one that she does a couple of weeks later, and she clocks the same man. So she goes back on the red carpet and she clocks the same one, and she's like, this time correctly on the point, on the dot on the floor, and she's pausing and whatever, and then she sees him and she's like, and she goes to the front line and she's like, you were really rude to me at the Grammy party. And he doesn't respond. She was like, I think I deserve an apology. And she was like proper.
See, I just wish for her and her agents and her management and her fans and all the people who want to see her do another album and see her do well, I so wish she could have had the like insight there to like take a moment and go, okay, I don't like the way this person speaks to me. I'm not going to kick off. I'm just going to do that version.
Yeah, but I think
It's her age
that,
probably
that
and her
shows
experience.
growth
Yeah.
though.
If she growth, and also if she has been like flung into the limelight, no, that's not good for anyone. It's not like
And do they train you? Do they like
No.
like is there like a crash
No,
course
there's
in,
no
oh, you're
booklet,
famous
is there?
now, so
No.
you need to watch what you do here, you need to do this, you need to do that, and then
Yeah.
she's just
Can't
like,
say
no,
this, can't say
I'm gonna
that.
do my own thing, I'm gonna stay grounded, do my own music.
Yeah.
This is my aesthetic, this is what I'm gonna roll with, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I think that's what she's always done, is if that is gonna ruin my career, then I'll go down I'll go down with it.
I'll go down swinging.
Yeah.
And we've had this conversation before where, you know a lot of my private feelings about certain people in the industry that I work with or have worked with. But I've told you how I feel.
Yeah.
But I also
And I've told everyone,
But you'd
and
have to
that's
be
why
careful who
Kaysha's
you
not
said
working
that to.
anymore.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
What? I missed that. I was talking
Yeah.
to people who annoy you in
I
this
know.
room.
I was going to say, who are you
I
talking to?
know.
And what did you say?
I keep looking to the camera, and these two are like, "What are you doing?" It's YouTube.
It's YouTube.
It's YouTube. Go on. What are you saying?
I don't know what did you say then when you said back to me then? Oh, be
I said
careful.
you would say that in trust to say to you. I don't know why you mind, because you're very trustworthy.
Yeah, well, I've already sold the story to the BBC,
Yeah,
so
but
that's
you'd
going
have
to be
to be
coming out in a few
careful
weeks'
who
time.
you said that to. Like, there's
Yeah, of
people
course,
that I've worked with in the industry that I would quite happily say I've met that person and they were absolutely rude.
Who? I just like testing people. You don't have to.
But not like, you know, like some people are
She
like,
means
oh,
me.
don't meet your heroes. Like,
I know.
and
I know.
like, there's
I've met some
there's
people
some
before
people
and
that
gone,
I've
"Oh, no."
met through work or just through like just being alive.
Being alive. That's not the right thing, is it?
Put the reverb on.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Yes, please.
And you're just like, oh, I wish I never even bothered. Like, why are you so rude?
Yeah.
And
I
some
spent-
people
I
are
spent
just so
money on your
entitled.
t-shirt and you're
yeah.
horrible. Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people are so entitled.
Who's
but
the most famous person you've ever met? I love that question. Intrigues me.
Adele. And I didn't meet her.
I'm
It's
not
actually
gonna lie.
a
I
really
knew.
funny story.
I already knew this, and because we mentioned Adele, I was like, "You gotta tell people. You gotta tell people the story."
This story is so embarrassing.
Do you want
I
another
didn't
tea
actually
when you
meet.
say it now? Or
Yeah,
top up or
yeah, I
something?
will.
There you
Because
are.
have you got any vodka as well, or something to put in
Listen,
there?
we're not doing
Steady
late night versions of it yet.
So you so should. So my friend, I shan't name just in case. Did you just put? I thought you put a tea bag in my
I
tea.
did.
Then.
Because I'm going to top it up, but there's no tea bag in there, is it? So otherwise
Okay, I'm
going to
trust the process.
Trust me.
I'm gonna trust.
I'm
the
okay,
process.
thanks. probably cold.
So my friend
True.
works in a very famous industry. I wouldn't say what because that's her business. That sounds really dodgy.
It's OnlyFans
That's
again. I'm sorry.
My friend is a nanny,
Oh, I thought
Okay.
you were going to say
I've been a
So-
nanny before,
but
so
she works.
it is
for,
a big
She
industry.
works for famous people.
Yeah, I was.
Um,
Yeah.
and she travels all around the world. And she worked for a very famous person, and somehow got us tickets to go and watch the last night at Wembley.
Oh my god.
For the Spice Girls, their last ever show.
So cool.
It was so cool. So we got to sit in a VIP box, and there was lots of famous people. I was sat right next to what was her name? The comedian Catherine Ryan. I was sat next to
I
Catherine Ryan.
love Catherine
She was
Ryan.
amazing. She complimented me on what I was wearing, and as a Welsh person, I went, "Oh, really? I got the whole outfit from Asda. Why do we do that?
clothing.
Why do we do that?
I know.
This is Primark.
I know.
Why do we do that?" And then I walked
know.
away, and I was like, "Why did I just say that?" I met
She's in a like
so
Fenty
many
gown or something like
I
that.
know. Actually, she was dressed really casual. She was lovely, though. She is one of those people like that you meet and you're like, oh, she is
same as
genuinely
what she's like,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Met lots of people. They one of those was the most rude person I've ever met, but I won't name any names.
Oh, I want to know.
I want to know.
And
off
then-
the camera. Off the camera.
Off the camera. And then we went to the after party. So we were invited. We got to go to the VIP after party. I met Jess Glynn, met all the Spice Girls. It
Oh
was
my God.
incredible.
Wow.
The only one I didn't meet was Baby Spice, which I was really sad about.
No,
But-
that's
It's
fine.
not my favourite.
So
Same.
Sorry.
Fleetwood Mac were there the week before, and they'd left all of the leftover booze in the dressing rooms.
Class. Thanks,
So-
GB. I'll take that bottle of vodka.
So my friend had connections with some of the staff that worked behind the scenes. So they were like, oh, come to this person's dressing room. I won't say who, because I don't think I meant to. Come to this person's dressing room because there's loads of red wine. So I'm legging it down the corridor in the Wembley Stadium. Legging it down the corridor.
In the Wembley Stadium.
I'm like off my tits. Like, I'm so drunk. And I'm a lightweight anyway. I'm
I know.
really, really bad.
really bad.
And I'd drunk so much wine. And wine drunk for me is like a completely different wine.
No, to
completely
be
different
fair,
type of drunk
I'm an
to
absolute
anything else.
tank, and if I have 2 or 3 glasses of wine, I'm
Oh,
on the floor.
I
I
was
can't do wine.
gone.
I
And
think
we-
it's a self-fit, and it gives me a headache.
And we
as
were
well.
drinking champagne, and I was just like,
Bubbles.
oh, I was off. I was
Stay off the bubbles.
Oh, I thought I was really good friends with Lily James as well. You know, the actress. I met her, and then we were sat
Sorry, you
together,
just
and
dropped your mic.
we
Sorry
were-
about that.
we were talking, and we were really good friends. No, because it's really sad actually,
Oh, God.
because I thought we were really good friends, because we were just sat there and talking, and I was in with a friendship group. And my friend Lana was there, and we were all just like literally brushing shoulders with famous people.
Lana's a
And then the
legend.
next day, I added her on Instagram, and I was like, "Hi, Lily." I was like, "It's me, Shauna. We were talking last." Ghosted. Thought we had a connection.
She's probably.
I got
drunk as well.
photos with her and everything. We were like this, dancing and singing to.
Celebrities.
It was lush. Anywho, so I'm legging it down Wembley Stadium. Sporty Spice runs from one dressing room to another, right, about 10 feet ahead of me, right?
I think I would have died there and then.
It wasn't Sporty Spice, it was Scary Spice.
Ah,
Because
okay,
she had a
not
big...
same.
Terrified.
So she ran across, right, and it could have only been her because of the hair. So she ran across, and like I was like still whining on the mind, like I'm running. Who runs across next? Adele. I completely took her out with my shoulder.
National treasure.
I hit a
National
wall.
treasure dead because Shauna
Wanted wine.
Needed a red wine.
And then, so I like, honestly, my friend Lana will tell you this happened. And I'm so sorry. Well, she doesn't even work for this company anymore. So if you lost your job, there's nothing there. So I like bounced off Adele and like went onto the wall. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, it's all right. And then she walked off, and that was it.
And then she walked off and wrote the song I Drink Wine. And it's all because Shauna.
I love that song. I'm so glad it's about me.
So when you saw Adele on a lazy river, in a gold river, she was actually in Wembley.
But also, it was Adele's first time out of hiding when she lost all her weight.
Hiding?
No,
Can you
when she
imagine?
lost all her weight. Like, and nobody knew
No
she
wonder,
was there.
no wonder you ran into it. She
I
fucking
know.
just went off you.
I didn't know who
Nothing
she
left of it.
was. I didn't know who she was, and then I just kept running.
It was
like,
a
I didn't even. I was
jawline.
like, "Ugh," yeah, and just ran. And then Lana was like,
That was Adele.
"Shauna, that was Adele." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "That was Adele." And I was like, "That was
Shut
Adele."
up, where's the
And
red
she was
wine?
like, "Shauna, that was Adele." And I was like, "Oh, I gotta go back." And she was like, "You can't."
You should have gone back. You
And then
should have gone back.
I looked
You
back
could have got
outside.
a sneaky backing vocal in I Drink Wine.
I know. And then I looked back outside the room that we were in, and there was security there outside the door that she went into. So clearly, they didn't do their job because I
No.
almost took her out.
I think we should end there because no way that
Can't top it.
it can't top
Can't top
that.
it.
Can't top that.
You taken out
Adele. I know.
Shauna Drinks Wine is the name of the
that
episode.
is
Shauna drinks wine.
No,
Shauna shouldn't
Shauna
drink wine should be the
Shauna
episode.
takes out Adele. It's literally going to be the title.
Adele, if you're watching, you're
Oh
welcome.
yeah, of course she is.
Yeah, of course she is.
Of course she is.
Sorry if you needed physio on your shoulder.
I'll pick up the bill. Not joke, I want. Imagine
Yeah.
that. Your bill.
I'll give it a
But
rub.
I gotta be honest though, that night just went downhill from there.
I can
Tell me you
imagine.
wouldn't give Adele a rub?
No,
What? Like a massage?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
that's
would.
not what she meant. But
I
never
did.
I
mind.
know.
Give her a nice rub on her shoulder.
Rubbing Adele's flap.
I always take the side out. Cut!
Say that. That's what the title's going to be.
Rubbing
Adele's
Adele's
flaps.
I thought you were going for a classy take. Like you wanted a classy audience.
No,
It's too late for that anyway. Sorry.
Far too late for that. We're nearly 10 episodes in.
I know.
They know now.
I think you should do one with wine though. I think that'd be
We
like
should.
unhinged.
We'll do like a special occasion one with 0%. We should do
Well, I
the
don't
0%.
drink.
We should
why?
test. She doesn't drink, so
I
we
don't
should do the 0%. We should test it for the non-alcoholics and the
Yeah.
alcoholics.
Yeah.
Anyway, huge thank you to Shauna for joining us today in the
You're
TP2
welcome.
studio. We'll just all clink a glass
Oh.
to say we're done. 1, 2, 3.
And I brought my own mug.
You did.
I was so.
That was
so
a lovely one as
thoughtful.
well.
That was a
I
class
know.
one.
It's Tesco's. It was £3.
Fair play.
I did it again.
I know you did it, I know.
Why do we do that?
It's a Welsh thing.
It is a Welsh thing.
Tune into the next episode and we'll see you soon. Is that how we finish?
Yeah,
do this-
we just...
I think
Give
we
it
need
a
another
wave.
clap. We need a clap.
clap. We need the clap.
Hey.
Oh,
That was
we
quite
nailed
good,
it.
that was.
I think we need a third person.
I think you
Yeah.
should invite me more often.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I have a
anytime.
lot more to
This is-
say.
Yeah, I know. This is the problem, innit? We go on.